Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So this video is going to be a kind of a twofer. One is going to be just talking real quick about my max lux 56 through 60. And then the second part will be talking about Eden, because it is the 60th max luck that I finished. So first let's look at the others. And then, yes, it is these top four, these Star Wars max lux. I already talked about them in a previous video, so I'm not going to talk about them at length here. But yeah, very happy to have them. And then with 60, we get the ability, this fourth one here, where I get a little bit of HP every time I clear a stage during a mission. It's 5% here, and that means I'm 5 away from one of my ultimate goals, 65. Which gives me a chance to restore stamina randomly after finishing a quest. So yeah, very excited about that. But anyway, let's move on to the real topic of the video. And that is Eden. Eden the max luck. I would say the best max luck in the game. Really good as a support character. I would say like 10 out of 10 if I were to give it a rating. But also decent at doing damage. But anyway, let's go through kind of a monster review here. So if we look at the stats, we already see that they are crazy. HP is 30,000, and that is just what you want from a support max luck, is some HP in order just to support your team overall. 30,000 is, I think, the second highest in the game. Used to be the highest for a very long time until Metatron came out. But yeah, 30,000, that's very, very tanky. Lowers the chance of you dying in a quest, so that's awesome. It's also really good for quests with, separate life bars. So that makes Eden recommended for, like, Kain, for example. He has a smaller chance of becoming a ghost. Attack is low at 20,000, but we don't use him for his direct attacks. And then speed is pretty reasonable at 350. He can get around okay. He is a Pierce with both null damage wall and null gravity barrier, which is insane. For one thing, you don't see that combination a lot in drop monsters, or even Hatcher monsters, and then even less so with Pierce. So this guy's very special for that. And then my favorite max lux are Pierce with either null gravity barrier or null damage wall. This guy has both, so that's, super, super awesome. And yeah, just for that alone, that makes him a lot of people's favorite max lux, and they'll just take him to whatever quest, just any quest, normal quests, high-level quests, like new quests that they're going to for the first time, they'll just bring along Eden and they'll be fine. And yeah, this is kind of maybe the max luck that you need the most, and if you have this guy, you need all the other max lux less. He's that good. And then a bump combo, he's got the White Blast, and this is very, very big. It covers maybe like a third of the screen, so it's very easy to get out other bump combos. And yeah, also really good with a Pierce max luck with either one of the null abilities. Again, he's got both, so he's crazy. And then his sub-bump combo is the Meteor Struction, which is really good, 100,000 damage. It can only hit one guy at a time, but that gives him a nice, little bit of a damage dealing ability. This is really good when it's just the boss by itself, because then you're guaranteed to get that meteor in there. And the strike shot is also a good source of damage. It's the one where he hits 3 walls, creates a triangle, and then anything in that triangle gets an explosion. And it charges it pretty quick, 16 turns. So yeah, you can use it often, and you can get pretty good damage out of it. If you get it right, you get the targets, down on the weak points, you can get up to like 1.8 million or more, depending. So yeah, very good damage for a very short turn strike shot on a drop monster. So yeah, lots to like about this guy. As for quests he's good for, just thinking about high-level quests. It's good for Tsukuyomi, Tsukuyomi 0, Yomi, Kain, like I mentioned before. People use him in Memento Mori, actually. You would think that's maybe kind of weird because he's not fire element and he doesn't have Minesweeper. But apparently his strike shot is very strong in there. you need to raise your attack, you know, with the mines, and then try to hit guys with those mines. But Eden's strike shot, the set damage kind of gets around that dynamic, so it's pretty good damage on the boss there. You could use him in Brutus, actually. I will not use him in Brutus. I have a Fukahide evolution, and I like him. He's fire element, higher attack as well, pierce with the blast bomb combo. But yeah, if you did not have that, you could certainly use Eden in there, and then make good use of that. It's good for a few floors of the Tower of Champions as well, because he's got the double null ability. So like 30, 35, 40. He is a demon, and then I think one of the versions of Babel has Demon Slayers, so you have to worry about that. It's not impossible to bring him, so yeah, it's cool. A lot of people use Hero Scrolls on this guy, and yeah, there's a bunch of different options for that. You can give him more HP, you can give him Survivor, that would increase his tankiness. I wouldn't recommend Kin Strength or Kin Speed, he doesn't really need those. Sidekick, maybe. That would, you know, increase the power of his meter destruction. Strike Haste could be good, just to get that Delta strike shot out more. Cutthroat is good, because it's good for lots of high-level quests. You could put, some people put the Tally Topper on him to get more medals, just because he is good for so many different quests. Yeah, you could do a lot of different things with him. So probably, maybe this is a spoiler, but the next time I get a hero scroll, I'm going to put it on this guy. But yeah, pretty darn good, and as you can see, I used him a bit even before he was a max up, which is rare for a drop monster. But anyway, let's look at other characters that I have that maybe he will obsolete. So here are other Pierce null gravity barriers. Yeah, a lot of these have like other abilities which make them still worth using. Kain has Minesweeper, Scorpica has Null Warp, stuff like that. But like Misato here, I don't know, maybe not going to use her anymore. And then Suneo, I don't know about that. And then let's look at a damage wall. So what do we got here? Well, here's Jiraiya, but I could still use him for Hold Eyes, so that's something. Yeah, maybe Fukahide, he takes the biggest hit, just because he's so similar to Eden, but Eden has more versatility on that. But for Brutus, I'm going to use Fukahide, definitely. And then here's Shibami here, another Pierce null damage wall with a Blast Bump combo. I might stop using her in favor of Eden. And then Doraemon, he's got a better bump combo for hitting lots of guys. If there's one weakness with Eden, it's like scorpions or like big groups of monsters, so I'll probably still use him there. He's also got the null magic circle. And then let's look at the characters that I used in the quest of Eden. And for a long time, people felt that Eden's quest was the most difficult in the game. Now people say it's easy. I wouldn't say it's easy, but we have better characters here, and then we're more used to the quest, so it is more doable. Of course, by the end of, like towards the end of finishing the max look of Eden, I was getting like maybe 80% clears, attempts and clear ratio, but still it's a difficult quest. You need to be very exact with every turn that you use. But yeah, in the very beginning, I actually got the max luck of Hendrickson very early, so he was my max luck from the beginning, all the way to the end. He's great. Pierce Null Warp. I gave him the Kin Strength Ableberry, so that really upped his damage in that quest. And that's the most important thing, is to do a lot of damage with the direct attacks. And then his Strike Shot is crazy. It's 33% of their max life, just like guaranteed. So no multipliers or debuffs or whatever applies. It's all just in there. And I'd always save it for the last stage, and yeah, big help. It can be difficult to get a lot of damage in that stage, and then also he has a lot of HP. But yeah, Hendrickson Strike Shot just gets around that, so very cool. Tsukuyomi I never used in that quest. She is good because she has the Deity Slayer, and that works against the Titans that move back and forth and regenerate each other. But I managed to get through those resurrection loops without Tsukuyomi. And yeah, even though she has the Able Berry to raise her attack, still not as high as Hendrickson. So, who else did I use? In the very beginning, I used Kaoru Lucifer. I got him pretty early from the Evangelion Hatcher, and he was awesome in the beginning to have. He also has super high attack. Bump combo's okay, the Plasma, and then Strike Shot is pretty good. It's a Meteor Strike Shot. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does have a high chance to stun. So if your luck is good, it can kind of save you from taking certain attacks. And then later, I pulled Ducky. And then once I pulled her, I just used her all through the end. And she was great. The laser does pretty good damage, actually. It's pretty good against the Titans because they don't have laser barriers. And then I gave her all of these Able Berries, Cutthroat, Survivor, and Sidekick. So very, very strong. And then I also gave her the Spirit Crest. She has the Light Slayer. Give her a little bit of extra damage there. And then she has the Gravity Attack resistance. If you take too long against the kind of the wizard-looking guys, they can hit you with that attack. So that saved a little bit of HP from me there. I'm going to leave the Spirit Crest on Ducky, because I'm still using her in Kanan. But once I finish Kanan and then also Nirvana, I might move the Spirit Crests off of her. So I don't know, I'm still thinking about that. And yeah, that was my team for a long time. Hendrickson, Ducky, and Kaoru Lucifer. Later, I pulled Murasaki Shikibu. And she is a Pierce with a Light Slayer, so she gets extra damage on all characters, all enemies in that quest. She also has the Speed Up, which is good to support my other guys. But she doesn't have Null Warp. It is possible to get through that quest with a character or two without Null Warp, but it can be tricky. But a little bit later, I pulled Satan, and he's the best character for Eden, basically. He's got a bunch of Slayers, which work on pretty much everybody in that quest, and then an 8-turn Strike Shot, where he gets Null Everything. So a little bit of speed and power up, and then also picks up Null Warp, which helps him get around. And yeah, I prefer him over Murasaki Shikibu. I didn't get Satan until maybe Eden was at luck 80 or something, so I didn't get really a lot of uses out of him, but he was very good. One thing about Satan is that most people think of him just in terms of the Eden quest, but he's actually good in a bunch of places, just because he is a Pierce with the Null Everything Strike Shot, and then the Quadruple Slayer. The thing is, though, is that people always forget to use him, and then I always forget to use him, because when I'm putting together a team for a quest, I'll use these filters, and then if I tap on any of the null ability filters, that automatically kicks out Satan. So I just kind of forget that he's there. But yeah, I should remember that he's there, and I should use him more often. He's very, very cool. Yeah, but that is my video about the completion of the Eden Max Luck. And yeah, I've said this before, but I would say he's one of the top 3, being him and Kushinada and Tsukuyomi. And if you had those 3, you could get through most of the game. So yeah, if you have not finished him, keep working on him. It took me, let's see, it's about day 250, so less than a year. If you work hard on it and get a good rhythm, you can make the max luck of him as well. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.